Yeah, so I'm just gonna say this. If I was like a Mexican spy or Spanish spy or something, like if I was spying on them, probably one of the best ways to fuck up their plan would be to grab the voice that's translating the imitation game back and forth and either cut the signal, just cut that off, or I might intercept, edit a couple things out, insert a couple things that I false information, and then proceed to send the letter that I wrote. Under the false pretenses of legitimate correspondence that could not really be subpoenaed. I think my grandmother's last name was Pena. What the bleep do I know, though, right? And I feel like if you had like 27 dresses that you had to get rid of, they're all your disguises, all those like masks, Japanese mask switching thing or whatever, or maybe just, the mask with Jim Carrey. If I had 27 of them to get rid of, and I was performing some type of Matahari espionage. The thing about Harry's in Australia is that they have ESP. They're telepathic, meaning that their telephone has the pathway to wherever it needs to go. So it's like having a phone number. 817-5309, 90210. I don't know. It's just a set of numbers that it's like angel numbers. You might see them all over the place. And if you don't know where to find the numbers, then it's hard to control that person's wardrobe, right? Like, okay, let's just say the emperor has some new clothes or something. And so he's getting rid of the 27 wives, dresses that he had before. If you really wanted to mess with your opponent, wouldn't you do something like what they did in Angels and Demons? I think the antagonist in that story has tattoos covered top to bottom, kind of like that Blind Spot show that just came out on Netflix. I don't know if he calls himself the Prost. I think so, but I haven't read the book in a long time. There's somebody at the end of the book, though, spoiler alert, who lives on a boat. I said spoiler alert, so don't get mad at the messenger. Yahtzee. And basically poses as being the director of many different organizations. Poses, is not really, but sends out the directives. And those directives were why all of that bloodshed and basically the Slaughterhouse 5 of, it's like mouses in a trap. It's like Dead Mouse 5. You know how you see a cat chasing a mouse around, just kind of toying with it? It's like schooling people how to do that. That's basically what the Prost did in that book. That was the Prost function, was to manipulate who the world perceived themselves as being. It's very pineal of the courtyard of the pine cone. Might be interesting if you're confused what I'm talking about. Perhaps the courtyard of the peacock. There's a lot of symbology that was discussed in Angels and Demons about those two specific courtyards. I mean, that you can go to court, of course, but I'm not talking about going to court. I'm talking about courtyards in the Vatican. So I don't know how to kind of let that percolate down. How do you say it? Reduce? Just something mentally to mental food for thought, I suppose we could say. There's definitely also some really interesting facts about concentration camps being located in California, and Japanese people were put through them. I just think that kind of stuff is super interesting because it just kind of blows my mind. That's all I can say. We have to stop thinking we're the bomb.com because we have the internet or a phone number. It doesn't change the actual reality of your world around you, except for your mentality, your pineal gland. It's the information you're taking in. When you watch the news, if it's original news, that's one thing. If it's Upworthy, that's one thing. But if it's false news, if it's been altered consistently along the journey, it's no longer accurate, which just means you're basically wasting your time reading anything on a billboard, reading any type of book, looking at the internet at all. Can't trust what other people know because they might not even be relaying information that is false on purpose. They're just a little delayed in understanding that the information they were given was never actually true. I struggle with it every day. Light, dark, I don't know. It's understanding what that little bird in the mind is trying to say to you. It's understanding that a mine shaft has a lot more to do with the way we shaft ourselves, thinking that we're right, we're correct, we know all the facts, we have control, we're the original. No, probably not. They've already recorded MLK's speech onto a strand of DNA. They did that a long time ago. That part about being Dolly the Lamb is not a question, right? Or is it?